answer questions, and I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Washington Redskins. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime, but kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Washington Redskins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Redskin team as they interplay here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they come in off a loss last time out, but they're still in the midst of a good stretch here. Winners of 7 of their last 9 games. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game.
On first down, Stevenson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. Well, look now at our starting defense. They enter this one number 13, Charles, in the NFL in stopping the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And the Jaguars send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Redskins offense as they get their first shot. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership. That's what he's trying to accomplish.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Ennis. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
The Redskins send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 62 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space because the defense will key on them.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. They'll set up the throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And it's a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Pittsburgh. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft.
On 2nd down now, it's Stevenson. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
50 play. Right there.
He'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. From the gun, Ennis trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles is number 27 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd and 2, Ennis is going to find his running back. It's complete. And they get it down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
15 line.
On 1st down, Ennis. And his throw is incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again, Ennis. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Looking to throw. Ennis. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Redskins send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard.
Let's go. 60 or.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking right sideline, that's complete. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Got it.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jags.
Champion. I'm ranked number 56 in the world.
Yeah, in the girls category. Oh, no, he didn't.
Really? Well, I won't be surfing the girls category at Gromfest this year, so if you're man enough to enter, I'll be happy to show you just how much butt a girl can kick.
Bring it on, Betty.
Oh, I will. And don't call me Betty, kook.
Okay, I think we're done here. Come on, we have new deck chairs to put together.
What happened to the old one?
Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Oh, nice move. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevenson. And he'll go down at the 28.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So on 4th down, Doug Marrone going to send out his field goal unit. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one is right down the middle. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
On 3rd down, Ennis. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. The Redskins send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a give, right side. Stevenson. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And got his man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A great pickup there, 35 yards. And obviously the 1st down to go along with it. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll try the left side. Hull. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play definitely goes down as a win for the defense as they were able to get there and tackle him for a loss. But you just got the sense that the runner kept looking for a space to turn upfield, and it kept getting strung out towards the sidelines before the defense finally finished him off.
Come on, set, and logo. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Cut. Get it.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays.
Now
back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be fourth down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick. But now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Throwing on first down, Ennis, and he will find his man on the end route, complete. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw, Ennis, and his throw is going to be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Ennis looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Redskins send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Able to slither by. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. They'll keep it on the ground again here, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, not much happening on the scoreboard, just a lone field goal in that first half. for the call of the second half. Maybe we can get a touchdown, fellas. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
Well, they trail by 3, and they just got 3 yards to start the third quarter. To throw on second down, Ennis is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Off the play fake, Ennis. And his throw here's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. From the gun, Ennis. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Redskins send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Just a yard on the catch there, and it'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Back to throw here. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Oliver. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 43.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 25-yard line.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
This quarterback now just 1 misfire so far after that last completion, 15 of 16. It's first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll set up to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. And he comes back with 1 complete. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And his kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down.
90 Wolf.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. 2nd and 1. He's able to find Wallace. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. This quarterback now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. Pryor has it complete. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Redskins send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Down, 50, play. Off the screen, off the screen, off the screen, off the screen. Off the go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cole. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. This will be fielded at the 17. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Now a hit and a loose football.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
All right, 0 rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the 4th quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensing. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Uncorks one for Davis. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Ennis completes it to Davis. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Here we go. 60 or.
Hey, we got a seal. Check the outs, check the outs.
On 1st and 10, Ennis. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2nd and 5. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. On the move to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 35.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Ennis. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. On 1st down, Ennis. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again, Ennis. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage, throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
A good pick up there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
When you look at the geography, we're staring at this part of...
And they'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the fourth.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people and power his way forward.
Point after, right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 11 yards there for Jacksonville, and a first down as well.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Back to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
We got 3.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll look to throw. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is indeed good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Redskins down by 2, 80 seconds remaining. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go! 60 outlaw.
Back to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. He'll look to throw.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He's back to throw. Got his man there. It's Wallace, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Throwing on 1st down, Ennis. Throw right side, taken in by Wallace. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. 2nd and 6. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete, so no miracles here on the final play, and this ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jaguars, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move.